what do you do when you want to purchase a home? Say you're renting or you want to upsize or downsize. What is the process? Maybe it's been a few years. I was with a whole family last night. They said, hey, it's been a while since we've done this. What do we do? We want to buy this house potentially. What is the process? I made a video the other day about earnest money. I would say that's probably the second step. The first step you'd want to do is get a pre-approval or a pre-qualification letter from a lender, from a mortgage officer, from the bank, credit union, whatever you're using. That has to go with an accepted contract, which is going to show your proof of funds and that you're a qualified buyer. That's the first step. Usually that will take anywhere from a couple hours to maybe a day, depending on the bank. The second step is the earnest money, and that, depending on the contract and what your realtor, your agent, or your broker writes into the contract, that is how long you have it to send that earnest money. Typically, it's about 1% to 2% that gets sent to the title company, and the title company holds that. And that really is just saying, hey, I want to potentially buy this house. And it's just a deposit. You put it down. You're not putting the full down payment on. That earnest money is going to get put towards your down payment, but that is not the down payment for the house. Then we go to inspection period. And then again, depending on the timeline, what your realtor, your agent, your broker writes into that actual contract, that's how long you have to schedule and do an inspection. The next step after that is something called an inspection notice, which was we go and we look at the report. You sit down with your agent and you say, hey, these are the things that I saw. What do you want to fix? And during this process, this is not about paint color or finishes or some of the cabinets you don't like. That's not what an inspection is for. Inspection is for anything that's hazardous or safety related or anything that you didn't see by using like your eye test. Maybe the inspector caught something that you didn't see when you walked through the house with your realtor that first or second time. Then during that whole process, there's also a bank I would say like the behind the scenes, the backside. And what they're doing is they're going to go and underwrite you, make sure you're actually qualified and not just approved. Not approved for a rate, not just qualified, right? There's levels to this. You have to get actually a solid rate and have to actually kind of go in your dirty laundry and see, credit history, background, all the things that basically make up who you are as a borrower to that bank. During that process, they're also going to send out an appraiser, and that appraiser is going to go out to the house, walk it. Sometimes they just do a drive-by or they actually walk the property, and they're going to put a price on that or a value on that home. Now, you're going to hope, in this seller's market, it's a little tricky, but you're going to hope that appraisal that the bank says also matches the under contract, and that's another story for a different day. To wrap this all up, what do? You go to a house, you really like it, it fits your style, your vibe, feels good, right? I'm big on instincts and gut intuition. You like the layout, it may not be perfect, there's no such thing as a perfect house, but it checks most of the boxes. Then you go say, hey, I need a lender. I got to talk to somebody. So you talk to a lender, somebody you have a history with, or a bank, or a credit union, or even your agent can recommend somebody to you. Then you go to earnest money. After earnest money, then you go to inspections. Then during inspections, you have an appraiser. And after the appraiser, everything's good to go. You pass inspections. The appraiser came out, then you go to the closing table, and that is a quick 20 to 30 minute process. You're going to sign a bunch of papers, and then you have your first, second, third, whatever, home ownership, the American dream. That is why I do this. I love home ownership. I think everybody deserves that chance. See you guys later.